New season, new adventures, new thrills. We gather around the table tonight to revisit what has been going on in our grand adventure. It's been some time since you have found your way to this lost continent and established an outpost amongst the ruins of what would be eventually named Arventa. There's been times where you guys have searched through the black desert sands as your factions vie for curiosity and power and artifacts, all while controlling the Orris, this strange device that seems to allow visions into potential futures and realities. And the choices that you guys have made have powered it up. Some that we have learned of as audience members, as viewers, transporting and negating people's choices out of this adventure. But perhaps we will figure out the significance of such things. You have gone forth into the black desert sands in order to look for resources and goodies and treasures to help out your stay, because there is no way home, at least none that have been found yet. And the biggest accomplishment of yet has been discovering and exploring the sunken castle, but nay, the emerged castle. In our last previous endeavors, this castle has risen out of the black sands as efforts have been made in a three-pronged effort to free the gnolls and desert dog riders and kobolds that have been in service to the undead champions that held this castle under its control, mining this material, gruthiel, which seems to amplify pain and suffering and misfortune. And this very metal seems to be in need, in demand for other factions within the deserts, namely the Razgodai, a strange enclave that you only have heard about that live within the mountains. We take some time to revisit a moment within the sunken castle. As our champions in the last season were coming up from the subterranean chasms underneath through their desert rider, their terra slider, we want to revisit one of our group of champions that were coming in from above. The B team, if you will, the ones that were negotiating with the Captain Skrekek as the champion of the undead, and as well as other adventurers like Elarius and Hermann that were attacking from above. So with that, I wanted to go ahead and revisit what our characters are doing, who they are, and where we find ourselves. And we'll start with you, Errol. Who are you playing with tonight? Tell us more about your character. What do they look like? What's one unique thing?
All right, well, I guess if we're gonna be back upstairs in the castle, that we would find Hermann, who is the human thief leader of the Circle, so-called Circle faction. And he has, well, as he will soon find out, he's taken a back seat to a newer member of the Circle, Lorik, who's been adventuring below. But a unique thing, I think, for him, he is, what's more, his expression is a little more vacant than usual. Almost like something has kind of like just left him as he's been in this castle. And we'll see him there.
Well, we will learn about Hermann's hope for the future with our luck token tonight. Continuing on, we have his fellow adventurer here. Mark, who are we adventuring with tonight?
So, as folks are passing through the castle, one of the things they notice is this young woman who is carrying a notebook and a pencil in hand and seems to be inspecting absolutely everything. Sometimes at the heels of Elarius, sometimes at the heels of Hermann, just trying to make sense of things. She feels livened with the idea of real-life experience. For once, her academy training is starting to pay off, and she is going to see real battle. She is hoping for the best, despite a thin frame and a relatively unassuming stature, at least for a warrior. So I will be playing with Arquira from the 214th mission field as she starts to get her footing in this brave new world and figure out what's happened to some of her colleagues.
Our luck token tonight, maybe we'll learn about Arquira's childhood in all of this. As well, adventuring in these dark chasms, you can see down into the central core that calls all of you. There's action going on. There's Captain Skrekek, and with Hermann Roth and Arquira, Nick, who else is with our traveling band of adventurers tonight?
In the back of the traveling band, quaking in their boots a little bit, shield held up to their chests, you see Manchego, who is a more timid individual than you would expect to go with a band of mercenaries, but is nonetheless a vital, maybe useful member of the group. Yeah.
Well, we'll learn about Manchego's place in the old country, the old world today. And with our band of adventurers, we have one last champion in all of this who has been heralded as a pack mate with the Gnolls, who has been one here who has an affinity with these desert dog riders. Who is with us tonight, Brandon?
Taking point, we have Elarius, the Elven Archer. Elarius has been changed by the desert and his time with the desert dogs. He once was clean, neat, tidy, as befitting a former legionnaire. But now, his cloak is tattered. He still bears the remnants of his Gruthal war paint, and beneath that you can see just some faint scarring from the experience and the application. His arrows are fletched with the dark feathers of the desert vultures as his eyes shift into the corners, wary, watching for any signs of hostility.
As you guys are navigating the depths of this castle, you have been led by this hand that has allowed access to the generation elements that repowered the castle and began the resurfacing of it. So with it, this hand has been leading you through large passageways and hidden chambers, creating your descent to the castle. And there's at a point in which all of you see this hand heading towards clearly an opposite direction, in which there's more of a stairway down towards where Captain Skrekek and what seems to be the other team underway, unlocking the shrines and dealing with Fazoon and the ritual that goes on. So something here is at a crossroads of sorts, in which the hand beckons you all to continue to follow it one way, but you hear the sounds of your compatriots deeper within the castle. What do you do?
Where's that thing going?
Who remembers the hand? I think Elarius. Oh, no, it wasn't Elarius. I don't think any of you guys were.
I don't. I've heard of this hand. But
Yes, this
I don't know if I
hand.
was there.
Yeah, it was
Torgak would have probably relayed the message
Yep.
during the fighting above.
Torgak
Yes.
and Mikana
Yes, McConnell.
unlocked this hand. They were negotiating with Captain Skrekek previously in our earlier
okay.
seasons, and opened this vault that released this hand, and this hand has been an aid to the group that has been infiltrating the various aspects of this castle. And you guys have been following
But
it.
it's sort of unknown what the hand is. Or what,
It's roughly, the right hand of Perivas, as it was sort of like deduced. Like, is it his right hand man? We don't know. But it has been of great aid to the group thus far, and has allowed you to find passage and egress through this whole giant fortress until now, where your paths clearly cross. You can go down here or head to where it's trying to take you.
I don't know what this is. I don't know who this hand belongs to, but it calls to me. Something stirs within me, and I trust it.
What do you guys think?
Well, it's gotten us this far.
Manchego's following Elarius.
A voice from below calls, "Who goes there? What's going on up top?"
Who's this? Who do we hear?
Our courier will recognize us immediately. This is the voice of Mikana, her colleague from down below. Of course. We're up here, Mikana. No worries. Everything's good for now.
See this hand? It's like up on, it's like severed at the wrist and comes up and does his best to flag you guys on.
Oh, well, let's go, I guess. Herman's gonna...
And with Elarius, you get the campfire as well, too, for your luck token, so you get a piece of narrative element to play with. So you guys continue your way deeper within the castle, which takes you away from the grand battle down below. You can see that they somewhat have it under wraps. Perhaps they're struggling, but you have chosen to go this other route.
I trust our colleagues.
We'll see what happens. Oh boy.
Transit. There it is. Let's see if we can get this sweet close up. I wanted to put this on a riser, but for now we will just view it here as I place it down for you all to see. And then from above, you can see you've all taken the time to find your way, your passage, into what seems to be a giant stairway up into the middle heart section of the castle. And you can go ahead and fish out your minis here, but you've come into this passageway and the hand seems to stop here at this pedestal in which it calls and beckons to you all to gather round. And you can see up the stairwell, there is a large door that looks protected and locked and sealed, like it hasn't budged in who knows how long, countless decades, countless centuries. As I continue to fix the dressing. Okay, so
The sunken castle is into the stable.
it's emerging, so pieces are falling down. It is quite the treat here.
Why don't you go next? I don't even remember which character I chose.
Just kind of Manchego-looking type of person. Actually, yeah. He was Hermann.
Does our courier notice anything of either warrior or religious significance about any of these? Any of the setting, any of the door or the pedestal?
It looks like it's sort of a ceremoniously placed position that acknowledges this doorway, and the hand crawls its way up.
Interesting.
And you can see it, and it just gets up on his haunches and just. Counting. You tell me, what are you guys thinking?
So where are we positioned?
Kind of gather around here.
Like around the outside?
Yep,
around the...
Yep, all around here, yep. It can go off in different directions, but it seems to have taken you this one spot. It doesn't seem to be trafficked at all, somewhat out of the way. But that's fine, you can use that. And
Let's get us a better view of the... No, we don't really get it.
Yeah, I wanted to raise it up.
Oh, yes, behind it. Yeah.
We can take a sec. We want to get like a box or something?
I could get a pad, it's just gonna be super high.
Oh.
I ran some tests and just decided to go with it down low.
Okay. Where's the hand in all of this again?
Right on the pedestal.
Right on the pedestal, huh?
And at this point, we're gonna take some time and see if anything appears. But you guys have a minute to figure it out.
Interesting. This appears to be of ceremonial use. That's how much I can tell.
So Herman's gonna start looking around the pedestal for any kind of like pressure points or little knobs or anything like that.
Yeah, you notice it's not trapped or it doesn't have any secret triggers, but it looks like it has the feel of like it's been smoothed down by touch, like it's ceremoniously grooved like a banister or a railing that has constantly been used and held and slowly has like worn grooves and finger like troughs or whatever within it. As this thing has been touched time and time again. And the hand again.
Is it cycling through the 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4? All right, so it gets to 5 and then it immediately resets.
Go ahead and give you these papers. Everyone take a little paper. And as it's doing this, write down what you guys are thinking.
Are we talking about things that we're going to do or things that we're thinking in our head?
Things that you're thinking of your head every time you see that.
So it's like stream of consciousness kind of situation.
Ish. Or at least trying to figure out what exactly it's trying to convey. And as you guys are writing all this, you can hear the sounds of battle raging far beyond here as you guys have the call to wonder, is this worth it? So I'm going to pull this up now. We're gonna spend a little time here with this one little song. My Act 1 here. I'm giving you to the length of this song to do whatever it is you need to do.
I think the choice is clear. We go through the door.
Hand those papers back to me when you're done. Oh, I think I know what you did.
Well, I think I'm gonna
I'll
start.
give them back to you because we're gonna keep using these.
Herman's gonna start kind of running his. Wrong one.
Oh, sorry.
Kind of hands in the grooves, looking the way that it's been touched in the past, clearly from the marks and the wearing down, just kind of trying to find a pattern in that.
All right. Elarius is going to take his hand and dab it in the gruthil that remains on his face, getting a little gruthil on each finger. And then just, run his fingers in the groove and see if anything happens.
It almost adversely, it reacts like a fuse or something, like it sparks and the group burns away.
Oh, sure.
And then again, you just see
Well, that was interesting.
it's almost forcefully. What do you guys think? What goes through your mind when it does that? Write it down.
Oh.
I'll do it again.
I sure hope this isn't a countdown of some sort.
Well, it's been doing it many times. Maybe we need to apply some rhythm to the stone, some kind of beat, perhaps.
Let's try to mimic the cadence.
Make an intelligence check.
Okay.
Make an intelligence.
No, for Manchego after reading his
Manchego.
paper. Yeah, as he's doing his best.
6.
6. Okay. Well, you guys done with your paper? What goes through your mind as you see this?
Oh, we were supposed to write down another one
Yeah.
after the gruthil?
No.
So we need to write one or no?
No, you guys have shown me what you are seeing, and so it's as if you see this and what goes through your mind. And
Or maybe we need to find a
I assume nothing in this thing.
fifth person to be with us.
And you have a searing pain as you think what you thought, and you take 2 damage.
Okay.
You see Manchego shudder in pain.
Whoa.
What's bothering you?
There's something about the order of his fingers that's in my mind.
The order of the fingers.
Yes. First, second, third, fourth, fifth.
You're right, I did notice that too. But I don't know what it means. So maybe Herman's gonna. So what's the hand doing? So Herman's gonna try and replicate the hand movements.
Go for it.
And just kind of like aim it at the stone.
Do it.
Okay.
Roll intelligence check.
Oh, that wasn't right.
Oh, right. I forgot. 18.
So you feel like this harsh,
19.
you know, like penetration of your body, mind, and soul, but you manage to just withstand it for a second.
Can you see the hand again?
All right, write it down.
Oh. Ooh. I don't know. Something just touched my mind. I don't know. There's some kind of dark magic here.
2 out of 4. Those aren't good odds.
I'm gonna give this last moment to Manchego to see if he can pull it out. Okay, and with that, the song is over. We will depart from, and we will resolve this truth or not later, because now we will take a moment as those who have been following our story. I'm gonna go ahead and set the old classic hour timer here, because our story does resolve later on in the fact that this castle has risen and has resurfaced on the ground. And with that, we take some time, we advance our general story. We'll go back to see if this resolution is in our party's favor for perhaps dictating the second season's scope or arc or influence. With that, though, let's sit back and talk and just narrate about what has been going on in our stories, in our minds, in our outpost of Arventa. So you guys have found quite the loot. You guys have found quite the travel within this Black Sands and found all sorts of treasure. Before we get to that, would you guys stay here after all of this to try to figure it out, or would you actually? I'll give you one last chance if you feel you book it back to go help. It's Captain Skrekek and the C team or the A team or whatever team that was. That's not this team. Connecting what we eventually would realize your late arrival to everything.
So, Elarius would be getting frustrated at the lack of progress here, and Elarius was too late to save Senex. Elarius was too late to save Somnolentus, and he is very concerned about Fazoon.
Mm-hmm.
So at this stage, Elarius would probably want to go back and try and save Fazoon if possible.
For you two, you felt something. There's a call. There's a pull here. Like you're on to something, but it has been met with physical, mental pain and the resistance of this pain. So, how would you play that out with Elarius kind of goading you guys on?
Manchego wasn't staying there here by himself. It was like, wherever you guys go, I'm going, but I don't want to fight up there. I'd rather go home. Can we go home?
So meanwhile, Hermann is like, just getting more drained by these deserts over time, and now this is kind of like putting another, straw on the camel's back, and so he's getting definitely frustrated, but in just a very tired way, and he's like,
But what's behind these big doors, these big, powerful doors? Because could that be appealing to Hermann Roth?
Well, it could. So that's actually, I was going to say. So he's not gonna quite walk away yet, but he does want to actually try and walk up and start looking around more closely at all these details.
You choose to stay.
Safety behind these doors.
Yeah, just looking around, kind of. I guess so. If I'm gonna walk.
Point is, we're cutting away, but you guys are choosing to stay. Last person,
Yes.
Arquira.
She's frustrated but curious. I mean, I assume this has been presumed, but she goes up and tries the door. She just tries to press on them, push on them, lean on them.
It does not budge.
Not budging at all.
Yeah, huge.
She tries to take the hand to the doors.
it, like doesn't want to go. Like obviously you can overpower it, but it's clawing its way, trying to keep its way on the pedestal.
Interesting.
So we cut away as we leave this party behind. We'll come back here, but let's talk about the advancement of everything. I imagine time is advancing a full season. It's now winter within this Arventa. The ruins that you guys have discovered have now taken somewhat of some shape and semblance to survival over the course of this season. Rumors abound that this group of adventurers brave enough to go out into the black desert sands and return with treasures has boded well for the survivors within this outpost. Some of them are adventurers, some of them looking for a new life. Two of them, which if we remind ourselves, old Perekeos,
His head is so big.
the old man with a worn cap, stout stature, human of sorts. He has made his way across many different planes of existence in terms of time and tale.
That's not a halfling?
That is not a halfling. It's a stout little human man who's done his best, and he's the greeter of sorts, and he has always greeted you. And I would imagine in your tales back to Arventa, has he welcomed you back? And you notice with Perekeos, he sort of has taken upon an air of being in the running for mayor of sorts.
Okay.
Like the people of Arventa have said, this guy shakes a lot of hands and, kisses a lot of babies, and he's not the strongest and he's certainly not the bravest, but he's the most welcoming and has made the outpost of Arventa the most welcoming, the most homely for those that have been trying their best to eke along. But I'd like to go around. Perhaps you guys have your own insight into Perekeos, but how would each of your factions and relationships relate to Perekeos? And how has your own factions developed in this town of Arventa with your treasures and your development over the course of the season?
Most people don't know this about Perekeos. But Perekeos is a bit of a party animal. Perekeos may look old, but Perekeos knows how to get down. Like, when Perekeos shows up to the party, everybody's having a good time.
It's that mayor aspect.
That old politician.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, nice. Now, why would you bring this up?
Because the Hawkers are, in charge of the largest and best party space in all of the outposts, the Onyx Ballroom, which has been now adorned with, now there are two modes. There's, the Onyx Ballroom mode, but now there's also kind of this, skeletal motif mode, where they put on some of, these, old skeletons and old kind of, materials that they were able to, recover from the sunken castle, as decorations. Right, they transported one of the what were those things, the altars,
The shrines. Yeah.
And they put it in the Onyx Ballroom.
Nice.
So that way you could worship the Onyx, worship the shrine, worship however you so choose.
Nice. What about the Vulpes Argentum? What's their view on Perekeos?
Perekeos is a great employer. So Perekeos providing some stability and old world charm to the place, right? Having some semblance of order in this new frontier. The Vulpes gravitate towards him as mercenaries, as guards, as those who seek to protect as this outpost continues to develop and mature. And augmented, sometimes in rowdy fashion, by the desert dogs, who are now welcomed in Arventa to an extent. They're at least tolerated.
Yeah.
When they visit.
I would chime in at this point and say that as welcoming as Perekeos and the others have been to the adventurers, they are still weary of the Orris, of the strange contraptions that have existed out in the world, and now to bring back folk that have not arrived here with them are they weary? But with Elarius and the rest of the Vulpes kind of giving them, I would imagine, the green light or the sign of approval.
They're okay with us, yeah.
That they're
pack mates.
Yeah, and now conversely, the desert dogs have never left the shadow of the sunken castle, so this has been a new experience for them as well. They have known nothing beyond their hovels around the castle. The circle. What's the circle think of Perekeos?
Oh, well, as you might imagine, the Circle had seen themselves as a bit of a, kind of force that would, like you said, give some order and sort of take charge of things. And kind of started out perhaps that way by establishing, a vault and such where any valuables could be kept. But on the other hand, their leader, so Hermann, and their more powerful, fighters, have actually not spent much time there. So there's been a little bit of a, distance. And in fact, as we know, Hermann's been kind of losing fixation or losing, track of what he was doing, and has been kind of becoming a little more vacant, as I said, I think it was the word I used. So I think now if they're coming back to Arventa and they're seeing that things have changed, partly due to their efforts, but maybe not in the way that they, or at least in the way that Hermann envisioned it, I think he's going to feel even more confused. On the other hand, Jagged Edge is a mercenary, so he wouldn't care. Jagged Edge would be the half-orc mercenary, part of the Circle. So he really wouldn't care too much. He's just there to do his job. So if someone tells him what the job is, he'll do it. And then we'll see about Lorik and the other unnamed member of the Circle.
The 214th. How do they feel about Perekeos?
So as Perekeos is making his rounds, an older man in the brown habit walks up to him and says, "Good day, Perekeos. Are you still peddling the happy water?"
Ah, yes, of course, my son, I am. I provide quite the happy water for those that need it.
For those that need it and for those willing to pay.
I try. Well, it's this outpost is on the edge, and we have done our best to find the water. But if those that need it, I'm more than willing to get it. But the well has run dry since that last lightning storm.
Ever the opportunist. Gods be with you, Perekeos. The 214's position on Perekeos is kind of worry. So they have seen him from the very beginning. They've seen him wanting to take advantage of people in the most lowly of ways, and seeing him rise to the ranks gives them pause, especially as the outpost has grown and their duties have changed. So the Shrine of Whispered Prayers, where it was a place of respite, it was respite of happy and of joyous sort. But nowadays, as folks have gone into the wilderness and passed away, and as folks have been coming back with their ills and with their injuries, they find themselves at the Shrine of Whispered Prayers and being attended to in what little ways they can. Probably not the best of care, but at least it's something for those still aliens, those still hurting. So they look on Perekeos' actions with distaste. As they...
So you've been the shrine has been providing for those that have gone out and adventured and have had injuries, or people around the outposts of Arventa have come to the shrine. And how was this 214th reacted?
The 214th, they've been setting up first aid. They've also been providing places for people to reflect on the people that they've lost. And even through what's been going on, they still feel as if something's missing. Their mission has changed, and they still provide comfort and respite and even the occasional drink or two. But it's not a place of joy. It's a place of fixing the damage and the healing and the broken. And they feel particularly drawn to assist in this time of need.
Okay, this is you learning about those that have grown and developed within Arventa. Your own little factions have their place within this small world, but it's growing more and more with every passing moment. And amongst this, yes, Perekeos shares with you all in one instance, and a little bit with the 214th every now and then. My friends, the lightning storm has passed by while you were out in your adventures. It has gone out and drained our wells. I swore I saw a beast within the storm, and it flew to the east, to the northeast, to the mountains. I am quite weary of this storm. I heard a shriek, and as someone who cares deeply for the people of this outpost, I just wanted to share it to those that are the best and well-equipped to handle such a thing. I do not think you would fly into the storm yourself, but if you happen to encounter what this storm is, perhaps you will bear in mind Perekeos bids you fair. Well?
Perekeos, could you describe this beast from the east?
A lightning storm came by and it crackled with the harshest sounds, and I could have sworn every thunder that rained from this storm sounded like the squeal of a beast. And it came leagues out, but I could feel my hairs on my old frail skin stand up on end. And some of the children said that they could feel the heart of a terror they've never felt before. And I care for our kids in Arventa. Not everyone has come here as brave, single adventurers. We've had families come here. We've had those looking for a new life. But like you all, you've been equipped by higher powers, and your factions are ones that I want to respect and hold dearly close to my old heart.
You would know
And he
much.
takes his hat off and bows to each of you all.
You would know much about the families that have come and are of need, wouldn't you? But the water, you said the water disappeared before or after the bird came through or the beast came through?
Like an electric storm, though, the waters reacted in a strange way and were pulled up into this storm. And the heart of the storm, like I said, was leagues away, flying around the mountains, some ways in the horizon.
So it just sucked all the water out of the well.
If I had to put I'd keep my hat on it. I'd put my hat on that.
So what are people doing? How are they surviving?
We have water supply, but the happy water that the 214th so greatly needs is one that I can no longer supply.
Excuse me?
Well, I see. Thank you, Perekeos, for your information. Anyone have more questions?
No, but at this point, a giant hyena runs out of an alley and urinates on Perekeos' leg. And from the alley, you hear, "Cag! Cag! Come back here!" And Torgak runs out and ushers his giant hyena away.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Perekeos, he shakes his leg. There's people coming in and all sorts of canines around here now, and I'm welcoming to all sorts of beasts and creatures, but sometimes he shakes his leg. It goes a little too far, but my friends, my brothers.
Have you heard from Garuna lately?
As you say that, you hear off in the distance, "You loader! You loader!" This old hag who seems to be managing her stable, her stall, her shop of a chicken coop that has become the town's centerpiece for chicken and eggs and bones, and it's sort of like the local poultry facility of sorts. This giant stone fountain that has acted as a basin has become the central pen for the chickens, in which she's raised quite a gaggle, quite a handful. Perekeos, sends you on your way to Garuna, and kind of, slides in before you leave, and something about her I don't quite want to get involved with, but again, all are welcome here in Arventa, and you might have to deal with her in the worst of days. He departs.
Elarius will stride over.
I'll visit with Garuna as well.
On this
we're
day,
alive, so.
you happen to come at a time in which the stall is overrun. There's just folks, where's my dozen eggs? Well, 3 chickens. She's so swamped by everyone and everything demanding her attention and her goods and her wares.
Whoa. Chicken selling mini game. We can jump in and
Chocobo style.
clean the ground.
It's like overcooked.
Yeah.
It's like
Hey, you old loader. Did you see us coming?
and she's putting eggs in a basket and wrapping them up in paper without even turning her back. Of course I did. I could feel you on the back of my neck. But these other ones, you will enlist new help, do you? And she's not even looking at you while she's doing this. And she's, helping by everyone.
I have gained many friends and allies in my quest. Might we take a moment of your time?
Yeah, right after I get my chickens. Hey, all these people are like, you say, hey, we got a line cutter. You try to get her attention.
I can take care of the packaging and the collecting for you if you'd like to speak with my friend.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
All right. Orderly lines, please. You will all receive your poultry and your eggs.
Yeah, describe Arquira. She's a big half-orc lady, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize Arquira had come back. So this is actually.
Who was it? Sorry.
This is Salem, the lead acolyte of the 214.
Okay, yeah.
So an older man in a habit, hasn't really seen much of battle, but has been at Arventa taking care of business and making sure the shrine's up kept to perform its new mission.
So is this like just a big crowd, or is it a line?
It's a big crowd.
Yeah,
there's no semblance of order here, and she's doing her best to address who she can when she can.
So essentially, he stands from the table and places himself between and says, "Orderly lines, or you will not be served."
So
Orderly lines.
while this is happening, Hermann to Jagged Edge, because they're I'm assuming
Everyone is
everybody's
back.
here,
This is like later in the
yeah,
future. Whatever was going to happen here is resolved, and we'll get to that.
So
and in a
Hermann
minute,
kind of to
it's
Jagged
like
Edge.
jumping through time, like forwards and backwards.
Get this lad in a line, help him. So Jagged Edge starts kind of being like the bouncer. And
Yeah, so
getting
Arquira could
everyone
be
in
here
line.
as well, and she's big half-orc, right?
That's correct. I was gonna say, if we can go ahead and switch over to her if you like. I was just figuring for continuity.
Yeah. Well, we're loosey-goosey here. It's
I
time.
pulled Tordak in, so.
Okay.
You're all here. You can imagine this is over the span of a whole season's worth as we enter the winter. But in these moments, there are these key. Let's revisit Perekeos. Now we're revisiting Garuna, and these moments in which she takes a moment aside and go ahead, tell me your story again.
Well, we went out into the desert as you recommended. We found the sunken castle. But more to the point, I know you have your
You found
visions. Not only did we find it, we freed it.
No. Beyond my wildest dreams. You are a loader.
We are something, that is for sure. But tell me, with your visions, did you see this storm that stole the water? And have you seen anything past what may come now that it is gone?
Your path could follow the storm should you will it, but you and your fellow dogs, I see across the land, across the sands here, far deeper into the halls, into the mountains. That is where your skills lie. Perhaps in a place that you yourself yearned for as a warrior, as a combatant. But I see much blood. Yours and creatures that have been assembled together from various components. Various monsters, various humanoids. They are a group here that have been stitched together for generations. And they seek another piece to their body. Perhaps your finger shall be added. Perhaps your heart would be ingested. Perhaps your hands reassembled on their finest warrior. But only if you're brave enough, and only if you are willing to bring the rest of your pack there. But that castle, one does not control the castle lightly. And I see you are surrounded by those that have a wavering heart. That is not like a pack that I have seen. You shall train all that follow you and strengthen them. And, she's calling to Manchego.
What did I do?
You see this, little squat lady, with a wart on her nose, and just got a permanent scowl, like, RBF type of thing, like just constantly. And she looks at you, and you just get this feeling that, like, she's staring straight into your soul, and like she just feels that it's completely hollow, that it's like filled with nothing but, you tell me, what's it filled with?
Fear. Self-preservation. There's a small portion, like a small corner, like if this were a room, then a dice-sized amount of curiosity, which is why they go adventuring in the first place, but it is so frequently overshadowed by fear.
You have fear beyond your imagination, but something about it does not overtake you completely. What in the black sand deserts brings you bravery? That's what I ask you. I challenge you. And should you want to ride with the desert dogs, then you must find a piece of bravery and extinguish the fear within your heart. But let me give you something that might be fitting for you. She pulls out a half dozen chicken eggs.
Oh, thank you.
No, well, you are what you eat, after all. Any other questions? Any other?
I have 2 points to raise. The first, what of my foul friend, the chicken with the bad wing?
Oh, he has become quite the centerpiece of my stable here, my flock. He had a moment in which it seemed he was not going to make the new year, as the turning of the seasons came. But something about him went into the depths of some sort of chicken depth, some sort of chicken underdark, if you will. And within him did I see him rise to new heights. So needless to say, his color returned to his beak and his feathers ruffled up, and he walks around the coop like he owns the place. And let me tell you, that coop has risen up from the sands of the basin.
Interesting portent. Thank you. The second matter at hand. You are one who can read bones, yes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how far your powers extend, but tell me, what do you make of this? He pulls the hand of Perivas out.
She like kind of steps back. These bones, they hold more within them than you realize. And in time, they will become quite a fond friend of sorts. But follow it with great care, for the sands have tainted every one of its words.
Thank you. He puts it back in his pack.
All right, tell me more about Arventa. Tell me more about what you imagine building and establishing within this outpost over the course of the season.
Well, I think we've also not been back to the Citadel for a while, and so
That's right.
the circle would have certainly sent an expedition of their, hired hands and kind of like lackeys along with their sort of more central people. They would have gone in there and made sure to clean out, any remaining, whatever it might be, spiders and
The inner
rats
caps
and anything that's kind of lurking around. If there were still any beastmen remaining,
They have joined your ranks.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because
So-
with the cod and your elevation
That's
of
right. The cod is still there. Is that right?
Yep, and the elevation of you raised up the beastmen out of the dark fog, and by eradicating the Scarlet Minotaur and the Onyx Minotaur, have the beastmen returned to a semblance of
That's right. And
Comprehend
Hermann
clarity.
can actually speak to them. I'm not sure if anyone can speak Thanian, but Hermann can. And so he's been, kind of talking with them and said, like, look, we'll take care of you guys if you kind of, well, they can freely come and go. They're not like prisoners there. But he said, hey, we'll protect you and we'll make sure, if your food runs out or whatever, we'll give you some of ours. And in return, you just kind of stay here and take care of the place and continue fixing it up, cleaning it up. So the Beastmen have been helping the Circle, I think, rehabilitate the Citadel.
Does anyone else want a stake in the Citadel here?
What do you mean a stake in?
An interest, or I would imagine, and Arrow's brought this up away from the table, of like busting walls and putting in windows and clearing it up and making it like a livable, habitable spot. Now there's some areas within it, and there's the pillars. There's still places within the Citadel that, adventure-wise, we haven't truly overcome. And one of those is the pillars that at the far end of there's like 4 groups of pillars, and they're different colors. We can get the details of it. But at the far end, there's like a great sword, half of a great sword stuck in an altar. But by crossing through the first one, did something catch on fire, and there was like a fallen beastman. Yeah. He shot Elarius, shot an arrow. It's a strange thing that could be a whole adventure's worth of adventuring if you wanted to explore that. There's the water in which the soul of Somnolentus was drawn to, and where the Onyx Minotaur fell.
The boxes, there was like that weird pool of water.
Yep.
With like the
I have a
Yeah.
random question.
You also found the sword and shield there.
Yeah. The person who took Hermann's Cloak of the Bat that challenged us way back. Sloths. Whatever happened with that? I was
So in tap 2, well, that is an unanswered call, so to speak.
Okay.
Within tap 2, the group has been challenged by sloths of the Blood Rocks.
Right, but the Cloak of the Bat never existed in season 1.
Yeah, it existed in a pre-recording that has never been live, but it's
Alternate
interesting.
reality.
Yeah, exactly. An alternate Orris reality.
Miss Biggs or Manchego want that Cloak of the Bat, I think. They're like, ooh, come on.
Hey, I mean, we saw him turn into a bat. Go.
Yeah. These are all good stuff that we will revisit by the end of this.
Yeah, you're right. I had
episode.
forgotten about it.
I
Totally a bit.
I had it.
Yeah, good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that does not exist.
So, we're talking about more additions to Arventa.
Or at least the Citadel. We kind of went off on a tangent there.
Yeah.
But if no one has any stake in the claim, then I'm just going to give it to Errol and the Circle to do what they want, so to speak, in terms of like, I want to put a bedroom in there. I want to put a.
I mean, as long as there's some, recreational area, like there's that big area in the middle, like where the actual thing of the Onyx, the hawkers aren't necessarily like trying to put people in there, but it's like, hey, another party space.
Sure, gotcha. Yeah, as long as it's narratively sort of like, we have an interest in this aspect.
Yeah.
Do you want like a shrine
Yeah, that's like the town
Gede in
square.
there?
Well,
type of thing.
exactly. Going
For
to,
festivals or whatever, which
Yeah,
is pretty
sure.
cool.
Yep.
I was going to ask Herman if they would permit the 214 to come on like a research or like a
cleansing ritual.
not even a cleansing ritual, because I still don't know what to make of the space, and there may be some kind of religious aspect to it, but essentially there is research guests.
Well, that's funny you should say that, because we have found some strange rooms that appear to be part of a ritual. And there are some cloaks or some kind of clothing. And if I remember, there was some kind of...
Blood pools.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. Blood-colored something, so blood pools. So by all means, if you want to figure out what that is, please. So, yes, the Circle would be thrilled
I'd say walking amongst the Citadel, does
Partners there.
Arquira feel the lingering presence of this Minotaur, Scarlet or Onyx or otherwise, that only she seems to feel spider sense style, hairs on the back of her head, as if an ember of a flame has slowly gained heat, as if something has been removed, Gallivan, from this space to allow what has been killed to gain new life. Potentially.
Interesting. Are there any traces of either either of the Minotaurs, either the statue?
No, I mean, everything's been shattered. There's pieces of the Onyx Minotaur around the pool of souls. There's the actual Scarlet Minotaur that was slaughtered around the central chamber there.
Probably rotting and moldering away.
Sure, yeah, they cleaned it up or whatever. But it's, you come to these spaces and Arquira has that, like, feeling wash over her.
I mean, that's fine. That's good eating.
Yeah.
She walks over to the shards of the Onyx Minotaur and she stares down at them with a curious look. She sets her notebook down. Probably the first time you've ever seen her discard, at least momentarily, her writings. And she picks up a thin sliver of onyx from the ground.
As you pick it up, you see like an image of Gallivan, like taking Vigilant, the spear, and shattering it into it.
Gallivan.
But then winks out. And if you were to cross-reference it, would you bring this up with anyone else, or would you keep it to yourself?
She would bring it up with Nick. I know you were there for the disappearance. Was it Miss Biggs?
Yes.
Or Miss Biggs. Okay. So back at town, essentially, she would go nuts to anyone who would have had any inkling of it. So Miss Biggs would know. Hermann would know. It's definitely tell that to Salem, the lead acolyte. Essentially, she'd be like, "This is evidence. This is evidence. Our colleague was here. Our colleague was here. Is this not proof? Hold it and see."
Miss Biggs doesn't believe you. Is like, what are you talking? He was never here.
You touch it and you see, but like it's not. It's just like a figure, like a nameless, shapeless. It could have been Arquira. It could have been. It could have been another spear wielder, a man at arms.
You're imagining things.
Ah, yes. I see you have a sample of onyx there. That, I believe, is a volcanic rock in origin. Huh.
Who do we see? Who is this?
Curious about the Citadel and tagging along, perhaps uninvited, to the research party that the 214th has sent. Ingenitorum, the elderly dwarf wizard, is pretending to be useful, trying to be useful in observing what he can within the halls of the Citadel.
Sure enough, as you mentioned that, off in the distance, the volcano of creation in the far distant east of Arventa wafts with a smoke ring that twists into an infinity.
But Miss Biggs is going to talk to their other Hawkers member, Manchego, about what has been told. And Manchego is going to have a memory of a time when they were adventuring with, I think it was Elarius, maybe? I can't remember who it was. When they carved a symbol into their weapon.
It was hilarious.
When they carved a symbol into their weapon for a person that they could not remember. And Manchego isn't sure what to make of these pieces of information.
And Hermann, I think, in fact, going back all those months and who knows how long ago they'd been here, early on when the 214th built the
Pagoda?
The pagoda.
Pergola.
You're gonna have to make both a pergola and a pagoda.
The area. I'm just gonna call it the
shrine.
The shrine. By the cliffs, right?
Yeah.
The
And
pergola.
for a time, went to get some ale there because I think there was ale
Yes.
being handed out. So Hermann, of course, having a fond memory of that. And so who's it? Arquira
Arquira.
is going to show Hermann this onyx.
Look, this shard has at least a little bit of Gallivan's essence in it. Please hold it and tell me you see it. Tell me you see it.
And Hermann, always a little bit cynical, a little skeptical, is kind of just drinking the beer and takes the shard and has is stunned and, freezes there, some kind of beer dripping off the side of the mug. And remembers, this is in fact, a memory that I just had of a luck token that was once used at this exact spot. Hermann and someone having a conversation, and they shared some moment together, and he's sure that there was someone he used to know that was here and that helped, in fact, destroy this very evil that he now holds a piece of. And, he's just standing there for a minute until I think Arquira is probably a little worried. And then he just hands it back and says, "You're right."
Maybe the desert sands itself slowly consume you. Maybe it's a reference to the all-subsuming decay of these lands, that perhaps the very essence of our own existence, one's own existence, would be eradicated from memory. Maybe Arquira is completely out of her gourd, and this is a nonsense, because the reality you're living is the truth that exists, and there's nothing else beyond that.
I make one last request before, we move on. She approaches Elarius, and she says, the spear with that figure, do you still have it?
The actual spear, is that right?
Yes.
Vigilant?
Vigilance.
Elarius never had vigilance.
Well,
Jagged
there
Edge
was
that.
there was a spear that you had carved a figure into, right?
Oh, no, I carved the symbol of Gede with the spear, yes,
Wait, into
my longsword,
your longsword.
along with the other fallen comrades. So, at that question, Elarius will draw the longsword and stare at that symbol, and there's a quick flash in Elarius's mind of Gallivan bringing down the guard posts at the dig site in the desert, and then the flash is gone, and he kind of, shudders for a moment, and then looks at the sword again, and there is a new carving in the sword as well. There is the etching of a canine head with an eye patch with a scar. He puts it back. I don't know if why I have that spear and the symbol of Gede, but no, I don't know if this is a memory or if my mind is playing tricks on me. I'm sorry.
Please take the onyx. There's a memory here. There's a memory in your sword. Please keep him alive. He hands
shall honor.
she hands the onyx to Elarius.
I will keep it safe. Puts it in his pack.
Imagine this scene going on, you guys, checking in, and it's it's like in the back of a ceremony that's going on as they unveil a podium with a palm leaf. that was erected. I believe it was in memoriam for Somnolentus.
Yep, that's correct.
That has been under construction. They were putting this together at the request of the Vulpes and those that have fallen within the Citadel and out in the sands, and Perekeos, of course. My brothers and sisters of Arventa, let this palm tree represent those whose memory we no longer share, for the blood that has been spilled within our outpost and beyond is for the greater good of our new development here. And the memories that we let slip by, well, in my old age, and he takes his hat off. It's harder and harder for me to hold on, especially with all these friendly faces I meet every day. But let it be known that no one's memory will be forgotten here. Those words just kind of like echo as you guys just had this exchange at the back of this little ceremony acknowledging Somnolentus' little courtyard.
Yeah, there's Elarius wipes a tear from his Gruthil scarred face.
Arquira jogs off. She is oddly emotional about this and can't really hang around very long.
Manchego's quivering, because Manchego is I could die any day. It's so easy.
It's a brutal, harsh environment for sure, and this is just within Arventa, never mind out in the sands. And you guys have encountered quite a number of different things. The seasons are past, and the season has passed. It's the winter season. What would you like to develop within Arventa? What sort of things are of interest? The Citadel, yep.
So there's a conversation that Miss Biggs and Manchego have with another member of the Hawkers that has yet to be introduced, where they are talking about their experiences in Taptooth with the gas that is some type of recreational material. And so they ask this third person to investigate and experiment and see if they can bring that.
There is an astral refinery somewhat in your guys' control within a district of Taptooth, in which it can refine this material. Never mind this Gruthiel, it's never been even experimented with, but perhaps it could be quite a substance to create and utilize in powering various cyclopean developments, like the Terra Slider, or maybe the castle itself, or even Arventa. But that is an aspect that could definitely be pursued. Any other aspects we want to revisit here?
So the Vulpes / Desert Dogs are working to fortify Arventa, right? So shoring up the walls, building a barracks, building a fighting pit in Arventa.
Well, in fact, perhaps the Circle can contribute their old kind of central palisade area, any material, because they are actually going to start moving out of town, kind of seeing how things are politically working out here. Hermann is gravitating towards the Citadel, so any material from that, any of the wood, or maybe not the tents, but at least, any of that stuff.
So the Circle's holding up within the Citadel. Maybe even the bank is there now.
Correct, yes. I think their operations moved. So,
love it.
By all means.
We appreciate the assistance as we work to secure this place. Of course, under the guidance of Perekeos, but you know where our allegiance lies, should it come to that. And then, as part of this whole process, Elarius and Torgak's less useful in this regard.
Everyone in town says Torgak and Togark have two similar names, so they want to rename Torgak to have a hip name. It is very distinguishable from the goblin. Gaktor. That's what the rumors is amongst our Arventa. It's like this confusion between the goblin and the gnoll.
Perekeos is like,
Your names are too similar.
This guy, we really can't tell.
Regardless.
Yeah. That's just an aside.
That's an aside. They are working to try and garner some goodwill between the gnolls and the rest of the residents. This is quite a clashing of life experiences. And so, as I mentioned, the gnolls can get rowdy, and there's sometimes some smoothing over that has to happen. But for all intents and purposes, Elarius and Torgak or whomever,
Gaktor.
Gaktor, are sort of the leaders of the Desert Dogs with respect to Arventa, as Calazan is taking care of things back at the original Warrens.
The original what?
The Warrens.
The Warrens. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. That's.
Are we? I was gonna say, are we wrapping up the Arventa portion, or are we
giving you
have
guys
some time?
You have some time.
I've got a little bit. So, in support of their new mission, 214th is building out new facilities. So they're including sleeping areas and commissaries and places essentially for new folks to land. So a place for people to be in their most dire need. So even though eventually they may filter out into the rest of Arventa, they've got at least beds and lodging, they've got at least food, and they've got at least a little bit of ale. Arquira has made it the point to start playing around with memory and having folks kind of store things that are kind of pieces of them, so as to prevent this kind of fate. And the other thing to keep in mind is that Arquira does remember her promises to her colleagues to protect them. So every now and again, Arquira will, maybe about once weekly or so, will show up at the Citadel, say hello, see how things are going, see if there's any way they can assist, and also on account of some of the new folks that might be coming through the bunk areas, might request the aid of the circle, paid for of course, to just secure and patrol the area. And likewise, she'll stop by and see Elarius, visit with his pack, and ask them if there's any way that she can be of service while letting out a loud "ow." So about once weekly, you'll see her make the rounds, just check in on folks.
Awesome. Anything for the Hawkers? Otherwise, we're gonna look at the map. I think you've talked about. Okay, so in the last minutes or so, we see our map here. If you were to stake a path or a goal, what is of interest to each of you? You can see Arventa up over here. The Sunken Castle is now the Emerged Castle. We have some of these sites that have kind of remained dark of sorts, but the bones, where this Titanic skeleton tap tooth over here, where you have the Astral Refinery. You haven't yet to visit the Steel Lion Den with Prindas of sorts, whose name might have a cool altering as well. But then we have the mountains that seem to harbor some sort of the blood rocks and the fighting pits of sorts that you've learned about. And then deeper within this aspect, the Raz Godai that you've
So that's all mountains there?
It
The
seems
mountains are very
all
deep.
mountains. Yep,
Okay.
yep, all mountains.
It's
And
not
then
like a ridge, it's like a range
yeah,
that goes
yeah,
back.
completely mountains. And then in the far, far east of Arventa, supposedly there's a pyramid out there. And then you have the volcano of creation. I'm just setting up what you guys would be of interest as far as hopes and dreams for your respective interests.
The Hawkers are always going to be interested in Gede. Always going to
Yep,
be
the
interested in
altar
having a good
supposedly
time.
right at the base of the mountain. Okay.
Elarius is not hopeful, but is concerned about this water situation. And so the mountains where the storm was concentrated around,
Seems
or
towards that direction of the northeast, which is in that direction of the Gede altar supposedly, or pyre.
yeah, no, that's where Elarius, that's where his mind drifts to.
So, to go back to something that maybe was alluded to, Lorik, the newer, or at least more recently, kind of emerged member of the Circle, has had a short but very spectacular run in his adventures, and even being tainted by the evil energy of the castle. And in doing so, has now kind of begun to, question how things really work within the circle. And, if Hermann is sort of seeming to lose his way, then why not, after all, have a change in leadership? And so, as Lorik is sort of having these thoughts, Hermann is perhaps maybe spending a little more time at the Citadel, having had this vision from the onyx, and reconnecting with the seal there. If we remember, at the Citadel, there's an
coat
ancient
of arms.
Yes, coat of arms of the same house that funded the expedition in the first place and paid for the circle to come out here.
Tell us more about this.
And so Hermann has been thinking a lot about.
These were worn by the skeletons that inhabited the sunken castle. These were skeletons. They were within the the Scarlet Minotaur's the Citadel as well.
Right. The Citadel, and back in the old world, the Duke, his house, who sent him out here, the very same coat of arms. And so, of course, Hermann was wondering how this could be possible. But now, realizing that there might have been someone here with them, Gallivan, who was mysteriously
Deleted?
teleported away, vanished, but not completely from memory. He's starting to think about how this could maybe have come about with someone else. And so how this applies to the map.
Yep.
So the two of them maybe having their different ideas about what to do. I think that Lorik would be interested in maybe looking into the Blood Rock fighting arena. Now having kind of gained a bit of bravado and a bit of scarring and, kind of like a burn, I think I said it was, almost like a red sort of being singed, has sort of infused him with this wrath to maybe go out and kick some monsters' butt in the fighting arena. But on the other hand, Hermann is maybe looking for knowledge and sort of ancient wisdom, and thinks that might be found in the mountains. So,
Where does Jagged Edge fall in all of this, given that there's some tensions within the circle?
that's true. So Jagged Edge, as we know, is very much, a mercenary, right? And does what he is told. Not to say that he doesn't have his own opinions, but he keeps them very deep down, and they really only come out in sort of bursts and fits. That being said, Hermann's been the boss, so he's probably inclined to do what Hermann tells him to do. However, if that were to maybe put the desert dogs in danger, his loyalties might end up falling a little bit behind Elarius, having had those adventures together. And we didn't talk about it, but in the castle, maybe Jagged Edge was outside kind of fighting with the dogs in the distraction.
Is it possible that Jagged Edge, depending on how things shake out, Jagged Edge might join the Vulpes Argentum?
Maybe. And don't forget, in all of this, do you have the rats of the Preservation Syndicate that have been out within the sands themselves? They have been removed, or at least they are not they do not have a presence within Arventa. But that's not to say they don't have devices and bases of their own that they've managed to overtake in the lull of the disengagement. They had a dig site and an extraction of sorts, and they lie within the deserts. And in fact, in this black desert sand, in the sunken castle fight, did they try to siege the castle, but were put at bay by the eruption of earth elementals as they created walls of barriers, keeping them stuffed and stifled yet again as the earth elementals come to your aid.
Thank you!
So they are definitely
And who is the
enraged.
leader?
Cruel Tuck, led by Cruel Tuck. one who has taken out quite a few of you back in the old world and some of your factions.
A villain worthy of a fist shaking.
Got that name carved into an arrow.
And his blue robes and
we
his,
kill him?
and his dastardly presence.
Can we hunt him down?
We gotta get him.
Perhaps
Eventually.
they too have an interest in these sites that you have your gaze on and all of that.
Have we all?
Everyone seems to have input. Oh, you got more?
Yeah.
Go for it,
So, Arquira's perspective, she is, so the missions line is to continue to pursue Gede. So that area where Gede lies, by the mountains, that's what Salen's ordering, that's what the rest of her faction's ordering. She also does feel a particular pull to, I believe it's Taptooth. Taptooth was where Gallivan
It's
went.
further south.
Yep. Something about that section of the map just happens to be getting her, but she, she figures she will find answers in one of those two places. Either the goddess that her faction believes in will deliver, if she is in fact, powerful, or she figures that if she goes to the place where she's feeling this pull, maybe something will be revealed to her. Maybe there will be a revelation of sorts. So.
And don't forget, Arquira has this pendant as well, this thing that she found within some of the temples within Arventa itself. A crescent moon, nonetheless, perhaps in relation to some things that have been close to Miss Biggs and her silvered sword with a crescent moon pommel.
My silvered sword has a crescent moon pommel. Steel lions. You want to go to the steel lions?
I am curious.
They're the furthest south. They're complete opposite of Gede, if that means anything.
But it is
could
on
be
the
on
map
the
for
way.
Taptooth.
Could be on the way.
Yeah, it could be on the way to Taptooth.
It's true. It's true.
Slight diversion.
Things to think about, seeds and hopes and dreams, because these are the things that will drive your faction and characters and the overall adventure forth. But no, you got.
No, I was just thinking in turn, like the way Miss Big sees it, with the way the map is set up right now. Things might get revealed. They're like, I want to hit the Gede thing up north because that's the only thing up north I care about. Everything else I care about is to the south. Because I want to hit the Steel Lions, I want to hit Taptooth, and I actually want to go to the Volcano of Creation. Because I feel, because there is that teleportation there temporarily. So I got to see it up close.
Right.
I felt it called to me.
Back in that was in the old world
was in
too,
the
in
old
the
world.
bridge. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that is something that has pulled at our heart for quite some time.
Exactly.
But with that, our timer has come to an end. So we go back to the castle as your light is extinguished. You're trying to deal with the claw right hand of Perivas as the lights, your torches, a burst of wind, a gust of wind, some strong force. Roll an intelligence save. Or
Save?
a check.
Check?
Yeah, and give me an intelligence check as your light goes out, as you think these things.
18.
You withstand the burning sensation within you as you try your best, get somewhat close, but are not on the mark. As the lights go out, you see a glowing sensation. Where the wrist was severed is now this glowing apparition of a figure, a scarred eye, but unlike Thazun, it's in the opposite eye. And this figure is missing a wrist. The hand has disappeared completely. And the figure just looks for its breath, as if it hasn't spoken to any being in countless generations. As you stand outside this giant door, you have saved me. I am once called Perivas. I was imprisoned. My body lies deep within. You salute me? What is this? I have not seen such a maneuver. What? At ease, soldier. At ease. What are you all thinking? What are your all reactions?
Herman's completely bewildered.
Manchego is frozen, like a deer in headlights, has not moved, is not breathing.
I mean, Elarius is like meeting a legendary hero. Elarius is
A
trying.
mythical figure.
Yeah.
Made flesh.
Despite the fact that the desert has hardened Elarius at this point, inside, he's kind of giddy like a little kid. Like, this is like meeting the Rock or something. Like, this is really cool.
The Rock. A mythical figure, the Rock.
Arquira is taken aback, but after going slack-jawed for a second, starts writing down everything that she's seen. She starts trying to get sketched something to memorialize this.
And the pale glow from the spirit, yes, is enchanting, but at the same time, the skittering, you hear off in the darkness the looming threats of monsters. 6. That could very well appear at any moment. The darkness increases the threat level, mechanically speaking, and I'll be rolling this every round now to see if something were to appear. What do? We're gonna go around very briefly.
Spirit. So I think Hermann maybe is the first to recover, maybe not having the personal attachments and also being somewhat just of a, jaded person. Spirit. Your body lies behind this door, you say?
No, something far greater.
Well, tell us how to get inside. We don't understand your hand. It's trying to give us signals in the light.
If you want to travel the sands, you must respect the Cyclopean language. The sign language is what brings life to the land.
Respect has nothing to do with understanding.
What do you do?
I must understand. All right, what are the components? How do you do it? Please speak freely. I'll record all of it.
You must learn this language out in the lands. One cannot interpret it with these meager words.
From who? Where do we go? Who knows it?
Manchego, what do you do?
Manchego is gonna try something.
Okay.
So before the hand went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then this time Manchego is going to try to make another maneuver and actually go.
And write it down. What do you?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's what I was writing down.
Elarius, as he resolves that, what do you do?
Perivas, are you at peace? We know that many of those who have passed that reside in this castle are tormented.
I am not. The rest of my body lies within the central chamber in a prison surrounded by cables. It is connected to this castle. I severed my hand before they imprisoned me, locking it within the safe. 6, you're lucky. Where should you learn it? In the rocks, in the ruins, in the grand creations of the Cyclops. How do you go about it? You must with your heart.
I think it's on the other side.
Manchego, as you sort of within your 1, 2, 6, 5, 4, 5, you realize that the representation here actually is acknowledged by the altar, the grooves as you're putting your other hand on the grooves and actually thinking the right numbers as opposed to what one vision or one sight or one learning has taught with this symbol. It is a different number. And unlocking the tumbler system to have you open this gate as it rumbles when it just creates so much noise. 4, 5, realize that it is not enough to call the monsters at hand here, but within the chamber, this giant door opens, and from within, you see. I mean, you don't see anything with the dark.
Can somebody turn on the lights?
What do you do?
Are we starting again here?
Yep.
So, Hermann is going to be lighting his torch.
Well, as it opens, you have learned within your heart the deeper meaning of this language. Within you lies something greater than your fear. You are worthy of my pack. I was a simple warrior, but my other mates have become corrupted. There is one, Fazoon, who holds the secret. His life is of value. Should he fall, then the pieces of my pack will be scattered. But you spoke to me in a ritual. I see it in your face. I see others with their hands, with their shoulders. You have a mark. My essence has been shattered within you all. And recalling the ritual that you guys had undertaken, do we realize, Arquira, you had a wound within your shoulder, and you feel an immense burden to learn this knowledge, this language, as well as a burden of your other things. Jagged Edge, she hit as far off wherever he is at this moment. His ear, he feels the need to ignore commands.
Very good.
Elarius, you have extreme deftness within your hands, but your precision to execute is something to be learned. Gallivan, in his pursuit of things, his forehead is hyper-focused, but maybe he will lose the notion of sight, of knowing. And he granted sort of packmate status to some of the folk. Perhaps it was inappropriately placed because it hasn't been properly executed. We'll get to that later. But right now, you see Perivas is disseminating this knowledge, at least the spirit of Perivas. What do you do?
Hermann's still lighting his torch.
Okay, you light the torch. As you light the torch, Perivas is sharing you find something within your heart, a ritual that you all carry. Should Fazoon fall, my knowledge will dissipate. Carry it wisely, and as your torch lights up, it's just like the hand materializes again. But the spirit is it's like in the light, the hand. Mm-hmm. And within, let's see if we can get some sweet ass miniatures. Okay, so look at that. Okay. There's a giant mechanism within this complex that seems to control the castle itself. We will now determine if you can actually gain entry within this spot, because within this crazy place are these chittering masses of, they look like they have pumpkin faces almost, like large, jagged teeth, but like their heads are made out of shadow and goop and mass, and they just seemed to just ravage this whole control room, aside from these central controls.
Ooh. So they're just like a blob with big choppers?
Yeah, but they have like appendages with claws on them and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like legs that they instead of walking, they extend in and jut out of this massive blob. So with this, you have the notion that something is protecting this place, or at least ravaging the whole control panel. And these feel like these guys are tough.
When Hermann lights the door and the thing opens, Manchego is gonna go all the way up to right behind Hermann, see the individuals, and say, "Okay, I open the door. I'm gonna head out if that's okay with the rest."
Yeah, Hermann's gonna just reach behind him and grab him.
Jeez.
Not today.
So you have these three figures here in this central chamber. So we're gonna see. Okay. In a round, they will turn their sights onto this thing. Now that the door has been opened and the light has been lighted, they've just been ravaging everything in this room for who knows how long. But now as the door opens and they see these people coming in, they roll around to...
They've detected us? Or
Uh,
are they so focused?
they're so focused. They're so focused. They're so
that
focused.
they don't know where the light's coming from.
Let's do this. Let's roll initiative. Let's determine... solve that. So, should they destroy this machine, you will lose control over this castle. The castle will roam on its own, so to speak.
Okay.
14.
6.
Hey,
14, he's the highest. All right, go first. Miss Biggs, you're up.
Manchego.
Miss Biggs?
I'm sorry, yeah, Manchego, sorry.
Miss
I'm
Biggs
so used to saying
materializes and
this.
starts cranking crits.
Yeah.
Now we're doing Manchego today.
Can I channel the spirit of Miss Biggs?
Now she's over down in the desk fighting Captain Skirkick.
What do we get for what's Manchego packing?
Something that's wild is I have no weapons on my sheet right now.
Oh, yeah, I love how you manage your sheets. It's perfect for Manchego.
I feel like Manchego has like a fancy dagger from Top Tooth.
Or maybe just some exploding dice fists?
Nah, that's only in the Terra's Land. I thought you had a short sword or something.
I don't even know if I'm.
Hey, if it's not on your sheet, it doesn't exist. So what are you doing?
I did not think I was gonna be first. I am shocked.
Perfect for Manchego. Put right on the spot in the moment.
No, actually,
But you do it. Manchego opened the door. That's so
man,
1, 2,
Can
6.
I take a large
4,
rock?
5 is the answer. This is 6.
Can I just maybe take a large rock and throw it at one of them, at the one that's farthest away?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
You can always
what
do
do I-
something.
What do I roll to do that?
You can make an attack roll. Make a ranged attack roll. Let's start there.
Okay. 13, because all my things are +0.
So it just flies, sails right by him, and you miss. And Manchego does his best, but these fiends do not suffer any damage from your attack.
Manchego covers their head with the shield, is right outside of the door, and is like, your turn!
You're Elarius. You can see this door open, and then this churning mechanism is slowly winding up.
All right, so Elarius will move to the top of the stairs as a single move, yeah?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come in here. Was the hand along this path or in reach here?
Yeah, the hand's at the altar down here.
Oh, well, so perhaps before that move,
Yep.
Elarius is
Oh,
going to
okay, yeah.
stow the hand.
Yep, sure.
And then take a shot at one of these things.
Okay, yeah. Which one? No way to bring it with that one, baby!
I would like to use my thing.
All right, tell us about Manchego's place in the old world. I want to know what he was doing before he decided to come here. Like, what's his position? If I were to feed you, I feel like he was a chef or something, like some nothing, but you tell me.
So Manchego was not a chef. Manchego was had aspirations to be a chef. But was not a sous chef. Was just the person who washed the dishes.
Right,
Was it
yeah,
potentially
yeah.
kind of scary, all that fire and knives?
Yeah. Wanted to be a chef, but was too afraid of cutting themselves on knives, burning themselves on fire,
Nice.
or poisoning someone accidentally because of undercooked food to actually become a chef. Was a fine cook, had potential,
Nice.
but was much too afraid to actually take the steps. So said,
I'll play it
I'll
safe.
just wash the dishes.
Yeah, I'll play it safe and deal with the garbage.
Exactly. Always approximate to the thing that they were interested in, but
Right.
never an active participant.
Love it.
Has
love
been
it.
Manchego's story of their entire life, right? Was never on the sports team, was the water boy.
Right, yeah.
Was
I love
never
it.
one cooking the food, but was washing the dishes, right? Worked as a bouncer to a nightclub, bouncer. in
Yeah,
terms of,
yeah.
I stand outside, but I don't look very
Maybe
intimidating.
the backup bouncer.
Yeah.
The one who's
Like the
checking
daytime
tickets.
bouncer, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But never actually inside
Right.
dancing. Right.
All right, roll it up.
You get advantage because I am a roustabout.
Nope.
So you reroll with advantage. Here, take mine.
Oh, thank you.
Right.
All right. So that's going to be a 21 total.
Okay, your arrow flies true. Roll for damage. This thing gets stabbed by your swift bolt.
That's going to be 10 points.
Nice.
This one over here.
Yep.
Big damage.
Thank you.
And this thing turns its sight towards you.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this thing 6 hits, and it's gonna have an AC of 14 as well. And if they can hit AC 14, then we're gonna knock hits off this thing. So you need a 10 or higher. 2 hits, 6, 5, 4. Make sense? So these things block, and they just all of a sudden, like, they've been so distracted for countless millennia until the doors open, and now they set their sights on this internal machine that has now started working because of the generation element, because of everything that's going on in the sunken castle. They start ravaging and tearing it up. This thing flies towards you, and as it flies out, it comes out into the opening here, and just you can see its mouth opens, and it just has this like black hole of a mouth, and just this scream from beyond the grave, from beyond the plains, howls. Everyone make a charisma check.
Oh, come on.
16.
A
11.
Do you accept these rolls? There's plenty of tokens on the table.
I do, but does anybody need a hand? So what do we got here?
This is you're feeling rattled to your core, like you would lose your turn.
I'm holding.
I'll take it.
Okay, what numbers? What did you get?
11.
11? 4. Okay. Yeah. And what'd you get?
7.
7. You 3. You feel so rattled. You're gonna miss your turn.
Well,
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's so busy screaming at Elarius that surely it has no idea Hermann is standing here.
I'll give you just this once.
Great, so Hermann puts that torch down.
Go for it.
And is gonna line up a shot. Does Hermann get the sense that this thing is weakened by that hit, or it's still pretty strong?
It's weekend. Oh yeah, he is.
Oh, so that was some serious damage. Okay, so maybe worth looking at the other guys on the inside.
Who are actually physically attacking the machine?
Right.
Yeah. All right.
After all, we make it out of here somehow. So why waste the? Why defend ourselves? Okay. All right. So whatever that is, 19.
All right, you hit. Yeah.
So can I get some dice? Wait a minute. What do I roll a D4
A D4 for what?
D4?
for the short bow?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
I thought it was more. I thought it was a D6. I thought that one was a
The
D6.
short bow's a
Short bow's
D4.
D4.
Yeah.
Long bow is
ShadowDark's
G6.
D4,
Yeah. All right. So 7, 8, and
Isn't it nice to roll the chunky dice?
yeah, it's nice.
9, 10,
So 11.
Describe it. This is a crippling hit.
So what are they doing to this machine? They're scratching, they're biting it, or what?
Oh yeah, like the claws come out and just start springs and
Okay.
gears start flying. And
So Hermann's being kind of sneaky over here in the corner, right? With his torch down on the ground, and he's just like, kind of leans in, and the arrow flies right through a little cog, and pierces the kind of claw, goopy mass, and goes right up into its kind of horrible top of its mouth, and lodges itself, I guess, where its head is. They have eyes and stuff.
yeah, they're forming. Yeah, they form in and out.
Okay, kind of just piercing right up into the goop of its mind.
A crippling hit, 11 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arquira, you're stunned. What are you thinking about?
Gosh. Probably double moving because I'll.
Well, you can't do anything. You're just tapping
Oh.
into your mental state as we
right.
skip your turn.
So she's absolutely panicked. She doesn't know what is going on in terms of the calls and the mechanics or anything, but she feels super compelled to get up there and assist her friend. She's super worried about the rest of her team, as these things, even though these things don't appear to be attacking folks, she worries about if that could change anymore.
Manchego, we're gonna skip your turn. What are you thinking about?
Running away.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Elarius, you're shaking. This is a howl from beyond.
Yeah, so based on the information shared by Perivas about Thazoon, Elarius is feeling helpless, enraged, quivering not just from the scream, but also from the absolute feeling of helplessness and the terror that he might not make it to save another one of his soldiers.
Yeah, that you have the hand and it like, just like grips into you, and it's almost like telepathically you hear that Perivas spirit, the one that you have connected with via the ritual, and you hear like, there are pieces that help this castle. Find them. And these monsters, let's see if they roll a 10 or higher.
Is the one that he hit aggroed at all, or is it still attacking the machine?
If it, let's roll the Oracle die to see if it actually, okay, let's see. So, above 10, it's yes. Below 10, it's no. If it's an odd, it's,
What is the question?
the question is the aggro to Hermann now?
Okay.
12, so yes.
Okay.
Yes. This thing now falls off.
So Hermann peeks back around. Oh, good.
Yeah, so okay, we'll start with that. So this thing's gonna try to attack Hermann with, so yeah, that's a hit. And you can deal 8 damage. This thing,
Hermann staggers back, almost falling down the staircase.
This thing goes after Elarius. Hits him, 5 damage. This thing just starts shredding into you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, they get 2 attacks. Okay, so another one on on Hermann.
Come on.
Yeah, 14 hits,
No?
4 damage.
Wait, what? Oh, because you have a...
Yeah.
Oh,
So
sorry.
18 total, and another one.
18.
So another 4 damage. I did.
I'm down.
You down, and Hermann against Elarius.
It's a miss.
I got 14.
Yeah, 14 is a hit.
That's a hit. 6 damage. These things tear into you. And does this thing hit the machine? 6.
No.
Ooh, almost rolled that 14. So this thing is not tearing the machine apart. All right, Hermann, you're up. Yeah, you're on the ground.
I'm not up. I'm down.
You're down. All right, roll your death timer.
So D4, right?
Yeah, plus your constitution.
3.
Okay. They roll a d20.
17.
Okay. So you see Hermann fall. All right. Elarius, it hasn't fallen, right?
Oh, goodness. Okay.
You can stabilize him with an intelligence check, just as a refresher.
Okay.
Or you're not a priest, right?
Or
No, she's a fighter.
Okay.
Okay. She's going to that's Hermann, right?
Yep.
All right.
You can get there.
Get there. So.
Don't worry about me. Unconsciously. I'm fine.
So our courier runs up behind Hermann.
All right. Yeah, definitely stabilize.
Kill the
You're gonna need a
beast.
15 or higher intelligence.
Kill the beast. Hermann's croaking on the ground.
I can't do anything. Like, I have no weapon.
I mean,
Keep that in mind.
All right, fair enough. All right. Kill the beast. Okay, so,
Yeah, it's okay. You're like, yeah, that's cool.
sure.
Leave me be. I have a couple rounds left.
My constitution's not that weak.
All right, she goes over, lines up with her longsword, is prepared to wreak havoc as much as her slight frame can
Okay.
allow. Oh, that's a 5.
Wreak havoc with your slight frame. It's like its body is like gently, as you are trying to wallop it.
So Hermann has some hope for the future.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
It can be generally or this.
Yeah, so hope for the future that, this castle, he has hope that he can find the purpose that has been lacking in his life for so many sessions of wandering around in this desert.
Roll for it. Let's go. Arquira.
Okay, 18.
18. You land the hit. Roll for damage.
All right, remind me, longsword is
Yeah.
D8.
Oh, big damage.
Okay, let's do it. 3.
3 damage. All right.
Still alive, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. Woo. Manchego.
What damage dice is a punch?
I'll give you a D4.
Can I
Exploding
administer a
dice.
healing potion to Hermann? Like, is that a thing that I can do?
Good.
Exploding
Okay,
dice,
I would like to do
exploding
that.
All right, Manchego. Boop. What is this? D6. Roll a D6. 2.
2.
You're healed.
So that last punch just actually didn't do anything to him. He's back. He's like, oh, see, I told you, I'm fine. He's back to where he was after the first hit.
Elarius.
First, Elarius is gonna move back
Downstairs.
and will loose an arrow at the nearest
All right.
bestie here.
Go! 3.
But Elarius remembers a time. So previously, Elarius has had to remember how to arc an arrow to reach a far distance. This is the inverse of that. This is fairly close, but up elevation. So just correcting the aim slightly, understanding that the angle's gonna be a little different.
Classic.
That's going to be still a 14.
You hit. Barely with an 8.
That's going to be 6 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
Maneuver.
This thing, you see wisps of grease and oil and whatever's fading, and it's like the last wisp of it's still there.
Damn, that's not enough.
All right, this thing is gonna try to attack it. Doesn't deal any damage to the machine. This thing, seeing the potion be administered, tries to swipe out at Manchego. Rolls a 15
Yeah.
against Manchego, 3 damage.
Wow, I am somehow not down. That's crazy.
And then seeing our Arquira trying to punch, Herman's stumbling out of the way, the thing swipes out with the other attack against Arquira for 15.
That hits.
Hits for 7 damage.
Oh gosh.
You still up?
I got a good bit left to me.
Okay. My surprising guts, when I'm reduced to half HP, I can get advantage on my next roll.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So considering that I've been
This thing.
knocked down,
Who's got the torch?
it's on the ground here next to my knocked out self. So the other thing that's still attacking in there, probably unaware of me, right? I would say.
Oh, it's aware.
It's aware.
This
I'm-
thing?
I'm knocked out.
Oh,
No.
sorry. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
It is
all right.
not.
So excellent. I'm gonna shoot it if I can
Yep.
get there. So I'm just like,
You can, if you needed to move out of the way, you could.
okay, all right. So I'm gonna move away
Shuffle away.
and get me out of here. So kind of move over there and shoot at this thing. Hopefully to hit.
4.
So 8, I guess.
Do you accept that roll?
Let's go back to Arquira's future, where past, where she was.
Childhood. Tell me about your childhood.
She was bullied for essentially being too slight. She had very, very, very high hopes to be a warrior of her kind, and she was rebuffed at every turn because she simply did not have the appearance or the strength of any of their warriors of old, and so she carries that fighting spirit with her and to her allies to continue the fight even through hard odds.
Excellent. So
We roll it. I'm gonna correct one of these things instead of going after Elarius.
it's just coming back.
Yeah.
Okay. So having seen Arquira kind of like, come on, just encourage Hermann. He feels very encouraged.
Yeah, this is just insight. Doesn't have to affect you.
No, I know, but it's just like
Yeah, you're a bully, not today.
a little glint in the eye. Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up for you today. Yeah. All right, let's go, Herman.
All right, come on.
Go, Herman.
Mr. Backstabber.
Hey!
All right.
15, nice.
So
Roll for damage.
all right, so what are we gonna do? Got these guys. You want to just go all in? Yeah, let's just pack it in. We're not gonna know what this one says. So it's gonna be a freebie. All right, so 10 and 12.
12 damage.
12 to the guy in the back.
All right. Arquira.
Okay, let's see. Line up again. Go for the longsword. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go on this guy.
Gonna crank this
Arrow
one.
flies across, stabs the thing.
Oh, that's a 5.
Oh no. You accept that roll?
I said that roll.
Yeah, this thing has its two teeth just get elongated with your miss.
Run away.
Your turn, Manchego.
You can move.
That's not a
Manchego is going to get a large rock. Is going to throw it
Okay.
at the one that Elarius was fighting.
You get this one here. Okay, yep.
Because sees it going back.
Yeah. They're more focused on this machine.
17.
With advantage?
I have advantage?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have half life, you said? Is that what you said?
On your
I
next
guess
roll.
I do.
Yeah. I want to get you that crit.
Come on.
That was a natural.
Okay, so I want to make you feel good about that 17. Yeah. All right, roll D4.
Oh, let's
4.
You throw this rock and this thing is running towards the machine and just shatters the blob as its claws just evaporate in a black fog of mist.
Nice.
Manchego with his rock, baby. This guy coming through. All right,
Do you
hilarious.
want to move further away from this?
Yes.
Remember your cowardice at the last minute?
Yes.
Sweet, but I'm out of here.
I'm going to go back down the stairs. You guys got it.
You got him.
Yeah, so Elarius will very gingerly dab the very tip of his arrow and some of the remaining Gruthil on his face,
Nice.
knock it, and shoot at this nearest one.
All right, roll for damage. All right, roll for attack. Hopefully damage it.
It's going to be a 17.
Roll for damage. This burning Bruthil arrow.
So that's going to be 9. No, sorry. That's going to be 7.
Just enough to stab into it. And you see this thing
Look at this side of the table. Come on.
as it erupts.
Hold on.
And that claw. That is a warrior worthy of my pack. And let's see, this thing's gonna use its 2 attacks this time, because why not? 10 or higher. One of them goes through. 3 hits left on this machine. As it starts tearing it up. Hermann.
All right, well, I mean, obviously it knows that I'm here, I suppose. But I'm going to go ahead and shoot it anyway. So here we go. No, 8.
And it just, like, mouth opens and just goes right through it as it closes the back of its head with this, like, amorphous goof.
Arquira gets hard charging in. All right, come on.
I'm gonna say it's more than near.
More than near.
You got like a spear or something long you can kind of poke at it.
Or throw at.
Oh, unfortunately.
10 foot pole.
You take my dagger as you're running by. Herman gives you the dagger to throw.
All right.
If you guys are right there, yeah. If you want to throw.
All right.
I definitely have that somewhere.
Okay. All right, so that'll be 13.
Miss. I see 14. Damn, my dagger.
Are you still going to move back?
Yes.
Grab the dagger, toss it, and it just ping, cling, clatters off the machine as gears and springs continue to get disassembled.
I guess
Manchego.
I'll walk back up the stairs.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Get a big old rock.
Unenthusiastically.
Oh, pick up the same rock. It's right there.
Yeah, my trusty rock, I'll dust it off.
Throw it. All right,
Toss it.
roll it.
Oh,
Not 20 on the rock.
Luck of the roustabout, I tell you.
All right, so roll 2d4. Like, well, I hope you kill this thing.
Does somebody have an extra
yeah, go on.
D4?
Go.
You would have to roll double 4s to kill this thing.
I would have to roll double
Yeah,
4s.
8 damage would kill this
You
thing.
want the big honking D4s for this?
I have 2. I have a big one.
Here it comes.
All
This is
right.
it.
So double 2s, so
Double
4
twos.
damage.
All right, so this thing looks to you, Manchego. Let's see. It's
I
up to
flip it
Liv.
off.
It's trying to tear this machine apart.
Yeah, I mean, running up to get an angle and
Shoot in the knee.
AC 14. Accept this roll.
What's the Orris got?
Orris is pretty powered up right now.
Well, wait. So
I
how
do
many,
not.
yeah, how many hits can it take?
What, the machine?
Yeah.
3. It's got 3 left.
Yeah, so I'm actually I miss.
Just the claws of your arrow shattering it before it can even hit it. And this thing looks at this machine and starts clawing at it 10 or higher. 1 hits. So you gotta go, it's got 2 hits left. As this thing starts tearing at the machine, Herman, you see these controls getting ripped apart. What do you do? It knows you're here.
I mean, there's not much I can do except keep shooting it. Unless I could like hide under the controls and like pop out from the other side.
No. It's totally aware of your presence.
All right, so I'm
Roll
gonna
for
take that as a hit. Here we go.
Let's go.
Oh,
1 damage. Arquira, see these arrows flying, and it's withering away, but it's still standing. It's just sight set on this machine.
Get in there with that sword.
Yeah, walk up on it, long sword, let's go, baby. 13.
Again with the 13s.
No.
All right, Arquira. So what was that? Your sword? So you moved up.
Yeah.
And it seems to like move in the rhythm of your thrusts.
Come and get me.
Manchego
Good looking for another rock. Finds another rock.
finds another rock.
Oh.
18.
18 hits. Okay.
Wow.
You roll 3. 4. Manchego's just throwing these rocks. He's a rock thrower. All right, so this thing, and it's like teeth just evaporate and shatter as this thing completely withers away. And there, the last churning of the machine. And there, you feel the presence of the very thing controlling the castle as it's emerging with every level that raises above the sand. You know this could be a valuable thing to control the direction of the castle. But your heart calls to the raging battle deeper within as Captain Skrekek, Thazoon, and others are suffering immense pressure to stop some sort of ritual. What do you guys think? What do you do? Elarius.
I mean, Elarius has some severe anxiety about what's going on below at this point.
But here is the control, the heart of this very castle itself.
That's great. I don't want more of my friends to die.
What are you guys thinking?
Manchego wants to make sure this thing is not broken. Wants to see if there's anything they can do to give the people up top an edge.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
we're below.
Yeah. Sorry, below.
Yeah.
So these controls, what are they doing? Are they raising, lifting, whatever's going on?
So eventually you guys will, take over this. Spoiler alert, you're all going to arrive at the ritual a little too late in terms of what happened at the end of our last season. And you've spent time analyzing this thing. Yes, it controls the castle's movement. You want to go left, you want to go right. It's the steering wheel of this whole castle. You can imagine deeper within this. And as the last vestiges, as you arrive in the chamber and you see this Captain Skrekek's bones churning and negating and canceling out with the zoom, do you hear a cry within you? The hand itself is like grabbing your hand, like squeezing it, like, no, like Thazoon is gone. And Kalazan makes his appearance and gives everyone the Ingenitorum and all the others that were there. You're part of the packmate, and Elarius, in your mind, you just hear Perivas like, no. His sight is not fully clear. Those 4, they failed. Thazoon is no more. Thazoon lives on in your hands, in your shoulders, in Kalazan's forehead. And those that were a part of the ritual and could talk with Perivas' jagged edges here. These things I give to you as elements, as connections to me. And know there are pieces of this castle within the black sanded desert This castle is controlled by my spirit, but my spirit isn't fully complete. And as you learn more about this castle and having arrived a little too late, did you gain the controls, but it cost you the reason to show up late to that last battle with Captain Skrekek. So you now have control over this castle, and I'll ask you, where would you want to go with this castle?
Gede.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll head in that direction as Elarius starts a new etching on his blade with Ezra.
You all have a moment to realize, wow, this was a huge undertaking, taking over this castle. It moves with a lumbering presence, so it's, as the season progresses to winter, it will make its way to the mountain bases of this pyre to Gede. And you all realize, you've unlocked the steering wheel, but there's still pieces missing to this overall castle. And maybe you can further develop aspects of it, but no, with the hand of Perivas' right hand, literally, did you find and guide your way down to the central chamber, but there's still aspects to this sunken castle that have yet to be cleared or explored. It's a literal walking dungeon, as you wanted to, as if you could further explore it in its own adventure. So you have safe passages, but we haven't gone over there yet. We didn't even explore this level because you came up from above, or you had a secret passageway down, so to speak, and you took over the control panel. So this Arventa outpost and these adventurers and their factions have gained these treasures, and you've learned about a lightning storm, and as Garuna has had a vision for the Vulpes and a new member who has tons of fear, but yet has always remained clutch in the most dire of circumstances.
Did you see it? Again, this side of the table.
Something, it's the Vulpes influence here.
I took out a tool.
You did. We can't say no.
What do you guys thoughts?
Well, Arquira, noticing that Elarius has run off, goes down to check on him as soon as this situation allows and this kind of wraps up. So goes to check on him and asks, what's going on? Are they okay?
Have we made it down, or
Yeah, we were skipping time. We have these instances in which you have arrived there, or too little, too late.
I feel that this is once again a victory, but there are parts that are hollow.
Would you be offended if I saluted you?
I would be honored.
As these desert dogs, this pack mates share in this sort of cry, Gallivan and the other desert dogs join in. But little do they know that this pitch, this tone, is a cry of, if I may, warning, of realization that something has been gravely lost. Yes, the victory was won. Yes, Captain Skrekek was defeated. Yes, the castle was taken over. But did Perivas' spirit, who's the hand that you control, tell you that losing Thazun would be a great, great loss? And the pieces of his knowledge now exist within each of you all, and to unfold that and rediscover that is the challenge that lies ahead. And pieces of the castle could further be discovered in the Black Sands and each of the sites set forth throughout.
Well, curious name with dignity.
And as kind of following up the rear, coming into the chamber, Hermann, stumbling upon this scene, again back to his kind of confused state of mind, and looking down upon the scene in the central chamber of the castle, seeing Lorik standing there, looking changed.
He's the one that did the scroll and like negated Dazunin, so he's kind of responsible for this big time. And you've learned through Perivas and everything that Perivas told you is like Dazunin's important.
Right. And yeah, Lorik is looking triumphant and also kind of darkly changed by the experience. But at the same time, with another pack, or perhaps with the pack of desert dogs that were kind of brawling outside, Jagged Edge comes in and sort of is standing in this, triangle of space, the three of them looking at each other. Yes, exactly. And they all kind of look at each other and consider what might happen.
Does Hermann share the literal control panel of this castle with Jagged Edge and Lorik?
Tell them about it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not in the...
Something to think about. Like, as a man vying for power, this is a very powerful position to have and hold and control.
It's too early to say.
Sure, things to think about. Experience. Vie for experience now. What is of value? This is obviously a time-jumping sort of session of sorts. I got a number in my mind. What do you think is the most valuable piece of treasure that you guys have uncovered tonight?
214th nominates Hermann, especially for his efforts with the getting the control panel and for essentially leading the charge into the fray. So that's the nomination. Also sorry?
No, go ahead, finish.
Also to Manchego for the damage efforts, for the pure damage efforts, and also to Elarius for the
Rocks. Rolling rocks, baby.
actual rocks.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I don't understand the question. What was the question?
We're vying for experience. We're making a case for experience points. We're wrapping up our session tonight, and now we're proposing what do we think is the most valuable piece of treasure here that we've learned tonight.
Okay, I think something...
Treasures, literal loot, information, goals, hopes, things that you could justify as being valuable to a character, your characters, your factions.
Something of value is something that is not definitive yet, but struck me as interesting, is the idea of either obsidian itself as a material, or maybe something that's inherent to this location, or maybe it's just any type of material that is emotionally charged with the memories of a person can withstand the Orris's ability to affect time and reality. Like that to me is I think would be intriguing, like the idea of maybe it is obsidian itself.
Yeah.
Like somehow has the ability to preserve memories even through the Orris's meddling.
Yeah, nice. It transcends time and space type of thing. Yeah, interesting. Cool. That's awesome. I'm boosting my number now because you said that.
So, two things. I think the most important treasure discovered in the session was Manchego's courage.
Nice.
And standing fast in the face of these vile creatures and performing
I am
above and beyond.
shocked
Agreed.
that I did not fall unconscious from that hit.
Clutch. Did you have nice?
Yeah. I only have 6 hit points. I took 2 earlier, so I was at 4.
Nice.
And he said 3.
earlier, right? Yeah.
And I was like, 3?
And on a D8.
Yeah.
I love it. That's the swing, baby.
I think for Elarius, the most important treasure was pain and loss. This, losing Bezum amongst the others who have fallen, this is changing Elarius in a way where he has just seen over the years countless friends, allies, soldiers fall. And even though he is in this newfound position of leadership, with the Desert Dogs and with the remaining Vulpes.
Reluctant leadership.
Reluctant leadership. He's becoming grim, and there was that glimmer of hope with his raggedy chicken flourishing in Arventa. That was a little glimmer of hope. But is it going to be enough to light the darkness within his heart? I don't know.
I'll add. I assume the hand of Perivas is of value in some ways. This like spirit in the dark. That every time it's dark, it can physically manifest the spirit of Perivas, but at great cost because now you're in the darkness and monsters come out. So that's something that'd be interesting to play with. Yeah. But conversely, and we Tarantino'd this because Karuna said to be weary of the voices that these things say. And it's tough because we're obviously linear, but if you're to go back, knowing that what we had later on is going to be interesting to see. I just wanted to bring that directly to your attention because we said it earlier, and then now you figured out the hand was actually the hand of Perivas, so it didn't mean anything then, but now knowing what she said in relation, because you showed her the hand, right? But you didn't know it was the hand of Perivas, literally at that point. So it's things to think about there.
Yeah.
I was gonna get 4, but you made a good point, and I love it. So I'm you guys get 5 experience points for 2 nights.
I didn't get to justify anything.
Go justify it.
Well,
knock it down to 4.
I think knock it back down. I don't think we actually should get any experience.
Okay.
I think it should be 0.
Okay, then you take your 4 and split it 5 and split it amongst them.
So I think actually it was a big night for developing the factions. Because we have not been to Arventa in actual months, both on YouTube and in here. So it's been a long time.
That's valuable because you got a home base.
Home base, and it led to a lot of like character development.
Right. For everyone to revisit.
Yeah. So I think it was a big night as well for the circle, because I think there's a lot of like connections now, and I think the thread was kind of lost. I think I had a very strong kind of circle plot line, I guess, at the beginning, and very quickly that kind of like faded away, and that was like reflected, I think, by Hermann's kind of aimlessness.
The art of playing long form games.
Yeah, and now I think it's back with a vengeance, and there's going to be, I think, a lot more circle shenanigans happening coming up, and I think also clarified the relationships of some of the factions with each other, and how now they're starting to maybe be a little suspicious of each other or working together on this, but maybe disagreeing on Perekeos as like a symbol.
And it's cool that you each have your own stable to play amongst yourselves with your different characters.
Yeah, and maybe potentially trading characters actually.
Fun. I think like what that would look like is so interesting to me. Like if Gede joins, Vulpes Argentum,
right?
Like, is it just you playing someone who's, or do you give your Gede character sheet?
Well, I mean, I guess we could get into that later, but I would just hand them over.
Yeah,
like go for it.
I was gonna say Arquira might have some words to say with the circle.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that I probably would want one in return because I only have like 3.
You're trying to take down the circle. That's what this is. You're gonna crumble your faction. That's what this is going on. It's a marathon.
Give me all the characters.
So you know what? You're right. So 5 experience.
Everybody just wants to have a good time.
Yeah, right. We need to carouse more to make that happen, and I want that.
We can carouse right now. Like, Manchego might be fearful, but Manchego got money.
Manchego, that's why he's so scared.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose all his money.
It's up to you. You want to carouse?
I want to carouse.
All right, let's go.
We're gonna do 1 carousing roll for everyone.
5 baseline.
5 baseline. Okay. With his justification, I'm gonna give Manchego a weapon. Okay, that's a bonus.
Incredible.
A good weapon? Or just a shiny rock?
A shiny rock.
A returning rock.
Actually.
Hey! Stone boomerang.
A boomerang.
You know what? I vote for a boomerang. Let's make a weapon.
But it's ROC is actually a giant eagle.
It just is.
All right, everyone. It's that time.
Carousing time.
All right. Let me help you out here.
How much do you want to carouse?
I'll put in 50.
I'm gonna say our quota is currently
You'll put in 50.
So imagine we'll call this the Winter
only have
Festival.
17 right now, so
We'll call this the Winter
How much are you
Festival.
willing to put in?
You don't have to
put
put
it
it
all in.
Okay, 1750, so that's 67. How much are you willing to put?
I am working on the bare minimum sheet, so I have 0 gold at the
Well,
moment.
you can roll for it.
How
Yeah.
all right.
How
so
much do you think that they would have?
Isn't it like 5 times or something?
I'm gonna give everyone 100 GP.
Right now?
Yeah, just for the castle, just for
great.
Yeah, you guys have done some adventuring. This is like where we've skipped through some time. Where we've progressed. So you guys have got some
You
decent
want to
loot.
use that to carouse?
Yeah, I don't put treasure chests with just gold everywhere for you guys to loot. So there's just treasure, general
Alright,
treasure.
I'll just-
I'll raise it to whatever it takes to get to 100. So what's the difference? So we got 50.
Well, we gotta go for 3.
I mean, I'll throw the new 100 into the pot.
Okay, so
Okay.
100 here, and then what are you putting in?
How much does Manchego have?
How much are you putting in?
That's not Hawker way.
How much are you putting in?
I'll go last, but I will say
I think he's
that
gonna go last.
Yeah.
I can maybe get us to another level.
I love this.
What do you want to put in?
I'll start with 100.
You start with 100? Okay, what about
So that's
you?
200 total.
Yeah.
I'll go 50.
50? Okay,
250?
250.
50 shy of a bonus here. This is a winter festival. This is in celebration of the capture, the acquiring of the sunken castle. You'd imagine.
I think if we all put in the 100, maybe Hermann and Manchego can make
Get us
things
to say-
happen.
yeah.
Just saying.
All right, 100.
Okay, 100.
So if we all put in 100, that's 400.
Yeah.
I'll put in an extra 100.
I'll put in an extra 100.
There we go.
so
Let's
that's
wheel and
600.
deal.
600,
Yeah.
a 3-day voyage into the
Yeah.
finest food,
We
drink,
deserve it.
and gambling you can find.
So I
This,
would
Argue everybody's there.
this is like an Arventa moment.
Arventa wide.
Yeah, exactly. And
If Miss Biggs
wait,
was also here, I
all
think
characters are
Manchego
here?
and Biggs alone could get us to 900.
everyone's here.
Everyone's here, but only Manchego's spending money.
Yeah, can Miss Biggs throw in?
Yeah, I'll allow it. You guys want
I've
other
already
characters?
done that because actually, to be fair, I don't have that much money anymore.
That's fine. No,
Yeah,
this to me, this represents a winter
I would
festival.
actually be shocked.
This is Arventa's first holiday.
So I think that
Okay,
maybe
you want to treat it like that?
Arventa should contribute, considering everybody there. Perekeos as the prospective mayor, businesswoman Garuna, all of the other people who have been like trading amongst themselves. Arventa should put in.
Here we go.
500.
Perekeos, and so our Perekeos puts in 51, and Garona puts in 53. So there you go. They're the 100 right there. All right, next
Well, we'll just
100.
call it 100, I guess, right?
Yeah, 100. That's
Yeah.
fine.
So that's at 700. Then yeah, I can put in 200 more to get us to
Alright,
9.
let's go.
This is a hazy week-long bender that runs multiple well-known taverns dry. So this is obviously very, very generic. But
appropriate.
I want to make this the Arventa holiday. Call it Christmas. Call it Yuletide. Call it what you want. Festivus.
Arventide.
Arventide.
Arventide, I like that.
Arventide.
All right, so
This
this is
is a moment. Yeah, as the
festival.
winter comes upon us, as the castle slowly looms in the distant horizon.
Do we have like some
celebrate?
festival music?
Get some sweet. I mean, I'll try to pull up something real quick for you. Let's see.
These are my one-shot characters.
Probably not.
Yeah, that almost
Dramatic stuff.
that almost clears Manchego. And so what did I put in? I put in 400 total.
Let's roll it up. We're gonna do one roll. We're gonna do one roll for everyone.
Do you want to put in 350? I'll put in 250.
Sure.
Okay.
And this XP is applying to all characters.
No,
Oh,
just
no.
the people at the
Okay,
table.
okay,
They
okay.
can contribute gold, but people at the table get the XP.
Understood. Okay.
So it's 5 plus, I guess, this 4. Clink, clink, clink. Everyone, it's a feast of chicken and eggs like you've never had before. Garuna puts it in.
Ale, of course. with
Perekeos.
What you eat?
Water.
My brothers and sisters, let's go ahead. Let's get one massive roll for this.
Yay.
Who's rolling it?
What are we rolling here?
You're gonna roll, I believe, a D8 plus you're gonna get +4 to this.
I'm very
would you do
scared.
the honors?
I'm very scared. Wait, we don't roll individually? We all roll together?
I want to just do one roll for everyone.
I'm a little
You're on
scared.
fire.
Would you
You're on
rather
fire
roll? You want to
tonight.
roll for everyone?
I'm a little scared.
Fine, let's
I
roll
was
for
gonna say,
everyone.
benefactor.
My
I think
D8
We got 7 minutes to roll for
Use
everyone.
the biggest dices.
My D8 is broken. Do you mind if I roll the D10 and just ignore 9s and 10s?
Seriously?
What?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was it?
Well,
Well,
use the big ones. You want to use the lucky ones?
Nice.
yeah, that's.
That's broken
So
too.
what?
It's
That's broken too.
That's broken. They're all broken.
Go ahead, roll.
Use the big one.
Everyone roll for yourselves. You don't like that, do you?
I don't think so.
Sorry, dude. Oh my god. Go ahead. Use an actual D8. That's why it doesn't count, because it wasn't a D8.
You're right. It wasn't.
It wasn't a D8.
There you go.
Here.
2.
Big chunky.
That's my roll.
For the record, I rolled it and I got an 8.
That should be my roll.
You didn't touch it.
I did touch it.
Yeah, wait.
My phone touched it.
Oh, +3.
+4.
I'll let you have that 8, but roll it. I'm curious to see what you get.
Okay.
If you get the 8, that'd be awesome.
6.
I'll give you the 8.
All right.
Okay, so 8 plus 4.
Yeah.
All right.
What? You got an 8 too?
Yeah.
You defeated a noble in a highly wagered drinking contest. Gain 5 XP in a debt owed by the noble.
All right. Dead owed by noble.
Yeah, you bring it up and I'll acknowledge it. That's for each of you, huh?
What's the plus?
+4.
+4, 6.
I think I.
You got a total of 6?
How much XP? 5.
Yep. Arquira, the Thieves Guild, billed you for 5% of your total wealth.
Classic.
I've been meaning to make an Arventa carousing table.
11.
Maybe the hawkers
Well,
with the.
I've got nothing left, so I mean, there we go.
You performed a humiliating prank on a despised and corrupted merchant. Gained 5 XP and an ally in the city watch.
So maybe this is one of Perekeos' guys that I got the inside angle with here.
Yeah, definitely. On a
Oh
despised.
man, if we had gotten to the next one, then it would have been 6 XP and an 80 to 100 item from your treasure table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would need another bonus for that.
Yeah.
So man, what a festival within, what do we call it? Arventus?
Arventide.
Arventide. As strangely enough, the black desert sands flow up. They mist up, and as it gets colder, they solidify into these black snowflakes. But instead of falling from the sky, they rise up from the sand dunes as if they get blasted. And since the fine particles are in the cold air, they frost and just flutter back down as black snowflakes every time the sand frosts up. And the party rages on in Arventa. Everyone has the feeling of, hey, we're doing this. We're making something out of nothing. We survived a whole hearty half year, a whole season, and a half, 2 seasons. And just look at these folks that have led the way and cleared the Citadel. And look, in the distance, the castle on the horizon. They elevated the castle, erected it out of the sand, pulled it out of the sand. My goodness, we came here not knowing what to expect. Look at us. We're finding ancient treasures and taking things that have gone corrupted and giving them new hope and new life. What other things can we do? Your visions set off to the north, the mountains, as this castle trudges along. But in all of this, does the Orris tick and whirl and chime and churn within your own hearts and minds as the power seems to be reaching a very powerful capacity. In the last ability there, I don't know if you guys saw that, you have the ability to create anything up to the size of a large horse, and it lasts for a certain number of rounds. You feel the next threshold could be literally creating permanent things as it tempts you more and more. But you know, something must be watching. Something must be connected to this thing.
We didn't use the Orris at all this session.
Oh, perhaps to the dismay of somebody out there, the Razgodai in the mountains who once used to get shipments of Gruthiel from their wyverns in the sky, flying in the air. Who knows what they have to say when they realize their vein has been ignored and extracted. But the mountains call, and ahead is a pyre with some sort of essence of Gede, and it calls to all of you. And Perivas, this mythical figure that has once just been Perivas the serpent, who's now being almost rebranded as Perivas the wolf, of this fallen soldier who seems to have had the best of intentions but has been twisted over time and into the new world. And the circle, with their vie for power and all their different adventurers within their faction, wonders who's going to take the reins, the literal reins of the castle or the literal reins of the faction, as maybe the last of the Duke's forces are eradicated, or maybe just the first prong of a larger thrust exists out in the Duke's control here. But as we set our sight towards the mountains to the north, we wonder what will lie ahead in our adventure. But that, my friends, is a fable for another table. Hey, thanks so much for enjoying this chapter of our ongoing fable. If you liked what you saw today, go ahead and click that like button. If you're curious about what happens next, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss an episode. And if you really want to support us, you'll share this with your friends or gaming group. Maybe you can discuss different character motivations, or the arcs that are unfolding, or even GM tactics or responses to how the game emerges. If you're looking for a gaming group, we want to offer you an open table invite. All you have to do is quest to the little state of Rhode Island. Get in contact with us, either here in the comments on YouTube, or join our Discord server, or wherever our presence is on the internet. Otherwise, if you just want to enjoy the episodes when they release, we'll be sure to save you a seat.